Hello guys, this is OWTMS signing on. Today I have decided to start an LP of Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction, the expansion. I have version 1.13 here. Now, I am going to be playing normal, nightmare, and hell, so all three difficulties. And, yeah, let's get started. I'm going to start a new character here, obviously, and I haven't really decided who I'm going to go with yet. You know what? I think I will actually go with the assassin. Yeah, so I'm going to be using an assassin this time around, and I guess I'll just go ahead and name her OWTMS. I can spell. Alrighty. I forget I have a 10-minute time limit here.
Good day.
Oh, forgive me here for... Alrighty, sorry about that. I'm going to cut that section out there. Just had to get my timer going there so I could know how long I'm recording so it doesn't cut off.
The blacksmith here in camp. It's good to see some strong adventurers around here. Many of our sisters fought brave.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip that. So basically, anyone who's watching this LP probably knows what D2 is, and I'll kind of go over some of the basic stuff and some of the more advanced stuff later. But I'm gonna kind of assume you know a little bit about the game, because obviously you know what it's called, because you found it somehow.
There's a place of...
Okay, so now we've got our first quest. It's a little laggy for some reason. I'm not sure why. Could be because I'm recording, and the frame rate's kind of crappy right now. I'm actually gonna check that out. Sorry, I just kind of closed out all the programs I had running on the side. Let me go ahead and check my available options here. So I've got sound on that. On maximum, I've got maximum resolution, gamma. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started. So basically, I'm going to be doing a kick assassin. So if you know what that is, basically I'm going to be using
They'll never see me coming.
charge up skills. I'm going to be using a little bit of, well, I can't really give it a name because I'm going to be using some of the charge up skills. I'm going to be using some of these, and I'm probably not going to use traps because I find traps to be rather useless. So yeah, I'll be using MA and SD. So martial arts and shadow disciplines. If you didn't get that there. So if you don't know, for some reason, basically the way this game works is you don't pick a difficulty, you play normal, you beat that, then you play nightmare, and then you play hell after you've beaten nightmare. Basically what will happen is the enemies start out at like level 30 on nightmare mode, so obviously if I could somehow get to nightmare now, I'd pretty much get 1-hit KO'd by everything. And that would make this boring. Although if I did manage to defeat an enemy, which would be impossible, you know, I'd level up like 10 times. This game's not like super duper easy, and it's not super duper hard. You know, it's just right. Although, you know, I guess the game progresses nicely. Like, you know, you'll kind of get better as the game progresses, so you'll be kind of adept for playing on, you know, nightmare and hell mode. They're kind of challenging, so you do have to learn a little bit about the game as you go, but it's not too difficult, as I said. So, it should be fine. So to explain a little bit about the mechanics of this game, basically we've got our stats here, because it's an RPG, and we've got strength, which obviously affects your physical attack. It's going to allow us to, you know, equip better armor, the like. Got dexterity, which increases our hit rates, allows us to, you know, generally dexterity is used to equip like swords and bows, you know, as a weapon, as a reference for items that it might be useful for. Vitality is used to increase your life, as you may have guessed, and stamina, which is basically how long you're able to run for a given period of time. And then you have energy, which increases your overall mana. Anyway, I've leveled up here, and I'm going to be putting points into strength and dexterity mainly, since I'm an assassin. I'm a melee class, and therefore I'm going to be up close. Of course, I'm going to want to put lots of points in vitality, so I don't, you know, get my ass kicked. So for the first level, I'm going to basically do Claw Mastery, which is going to increase my attack a lot, increase my attack rating, and give me a chance for a critical strike, which you could not do before. Basically, I've got a 3% chance. Not a lot out of 100, but, you know, it's something, right? So, basically, as we put more points in that, which I will be doing, we'll have a better chance of getting a critical strike with a claw class weapon, which is basically the weapon that I'm using right now. A guitar is the level 1 version. It's the normal, you know, first weapon in the claw class tree. There are quite a few. There's normal, exceptional, and elite, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And legendary, sorry. Basically referring to the classes of weapons that you'll see generally when you go through the difficulties. You'll see a lot more exceptional weapons in difficulty of Nightmare, and a lot more legendary in Hell. But we won't be seeing those for a while, viewers, so I'm not even going to worry about that for now. Now, I am very good at this game. I've played it many times. I've been playing it since it came out in like 2001. So, I know what I'm doing. If you want to beat the game with pretty much any class, because I've done all of them, you've come to the right place. So basically, Flav, whatever, however you pronounce that, there is blocking the way to the Cold Plains. You can actually go there without completing the quest if you want to. She doesn't stop you or anything. However, she just kind of advises you to go back and complete the Kara's quest, that lady in purple that we saw before. And the reason I'm going to complete that quest, you know, other than the fact that we're supposed to, is because you get a skill points. Basically, you get one of these for doing so, and that's very nice. Whenever you get extra skill points or extra stat points, I'm pretty much always going to go for it because they're extremely useful and hard to get, especially later on when leveling is much more difficult. Now, the special thing about the assassin, of course, you wouldn't really know this if you don't have a reference or haven't played this game before, or haven't played the other classes. You know, is that basically they can dual wield, but they can only dual wield certain weapons like daggers and guitars, or claw class weapons and dagger class weapons, essentially. I'm gonna be dual wielding guitar class weapons, essentially. So if I find another guitar, basically all that means is I'm going to put that on my left hands as well, rather than equipping a shield. Now, the thing is, shields are good in this game, but the thing about assassins, it's like, they don't really have any shields that are meant for assassins in this game. Or rather, there's really no point in equipping a shield, because having two claw-class weapons equipped is really beneficial for a number of reasons. For one, well, I'll explain that a little more in depth once it actually becomes relevant, but with the charge-ups, basically charge-ups work as you hit an enemy and you get one orb floating around yourself. That indicates one level of the charge-up. There's 3 levels for charging your attack with any given charge-up skill, so I'll explain what that means. Basically, like Tiger Strike, for example, you would see 1 hit basically equals 1 charge. You do 100% more damage, 200% more damage for 2 hits, and 300% damage for 3 hits. Mana costs 1 per each hit. And basically, you know, it's the charge-up skill basically is just, you know, get more hits, you do more damage. So the thing about dual wielding claw class weapons is basically you attack with 2 claws at once when you do the charge up skills for some reason, so you get